This is one of the best shadow drops I have ever experienced in my whole entire gaming life. Okay, which is already a little bit long because I'm old. But this is just fantastic. So Oblivion Remastered. And by the way, I think it's actually also more a remake than remaster, because with all the changes, actually, it's just amazing, okay? Must buy, must play. The only downside, in my opinion, is no HDR, but I don't want to complain today, okay? So this video is about image quality, performance, and I compared Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro, because if you don't know yet where to play this game in the best possible quality, then yeah, watch my video. Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Before we now start, please do me a very big favor. Please like, share and subscribe. And now let's start with image quality in Oblivion Remastered. And as I mentioned before, I compared the Xbox Series X with the base PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro. But honestly, I have to admit that I had a very hard time to compare the three consoles. And the reason for that is very simple. This game is very dynamic. We have dynamic weather, we have always a different time of the day. And even when I use the exact same save game from my PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro, when I loaded the game, the picture looked slightly different. And honestly, I don't think that there is a very big difference between any of those consoles. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think that the PlayStation 5 Pro version has a slightly advantage in regards of resolution and also less shimmering or flickering in certain textures, but that's it actually. I don't think that the PlayStation 5 Pro version is using PSSR, at least it doesn't look like that, because in regards of the softness of the picture, all three consoles looking very identical when you play the game. And as always, I tried my very best, and even more, I did my very best actually to make sure that I capture all the differences between the Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro. But honestly, again, I don't think there is, I wouldn't say any difference, but there is almost no difference. At least there's no difference like day and night. And this is a little bit of a surprise, because Oblivion Remastered is apparently PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced. And honestly, I couldn't find any information on what is enhanced actually on the PlayStation 5 Pro version, because, again, I'm repeating myself here, there is hardly or actually almost no difference at all. So before we now moving on to performance, which will be very interesting, let's make a quick summary. In regards of image quality, in regards of the graphical fidelity, honestly, I mean, yes, PlayStation 5 Pro version offers most likely a slightly higher resolution, is maybe a little bit sharper compared to the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and has less flickering and shimmering in certain textures. But that's it, okay? So this is not the advantage what I was hoping for when I play a game on a PlayStation 5 Pro. So let's talk about performance, and what can I say? It is bad. It is really, really bad. And I would like to start with the 30 FPS mode. And again, I compared the Xbox Series X with the base PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro. And what I found is, and there is actually just one word I can use for it, shocking. Because I have never seen a more unstable 30 FPS fidelity mode in a game before. And I'm that serious when I'm talking about very, very bad 30 FPS. And I'm coming from an OLED TV, and you know, if you watch my channel on a regular basis, I don't like 30 FPS at all, because I'm using OLED TVs, OLED screens, and you need a high refresh rate or frame rate to actually enjoy OLED screens. But this is completely unacceptable in my opinion, because we are not just talking about 30 FPS. I mean, at least if we would talk about stable 30 FPS, yes, this would be okay. But look at the frame times, look at the stuttering, the frame pacing is terrible. This is unacceptable. Okay, so let's forget about the 30 FPS fidelity mode, because again, this mode is in my opinion unacceptable, unplayable. Let's move on to the fixed 60 FPS performance mode. Wait a moment, did I say fixed? Oh my god, it's so wrong, because we have exactly the same issues as with the 30 FPS mode, just with a little bit of a higher frame rate. Okay, honestly, it is not as bad as the 30 FPS mode, but I like to be very honest with you, it is far away from being a 60 FPS experience, even on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Most of the time, and this is especially on the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, the base PlayStation 5, you will experience a lot of stuttering, heavy stuttering, and this is not just coming from the frame rate, which drops from 60 suddenly to 50 and then back to 60 again. No, this is also because of frame pacing, frame times and stuff like that. So this game is just not very well optimized. And the best experience in regards of performance I had on the PlayStation 5 Pro, because this version just hits 60 FPS more often than the Xbox Series X and base PlayStation 5. But even the PlayStation 5 Pro version is struggling a lot, and you will experience a lot of stuttering. Much less, of course, compared to the Xbox Series X and base PlayStation 5, but still too much actually to enjoy the game. And now let's talk about the worst part, because there is an issue with the engine, or the game is not very well optimized at the moment in terms of maybe streaming data or stuff like that. So that means VRR is actually not very helpful. I mean, it helps a little bit, but it will not resolve all the issues what you will experience. Because if there's an issue with texture streaming or something like that, then VRR can't do anything. If there's an issue with frame pacing, VRR can't do anything about that. Okay, so yes, I would recommend to turn it on to have a little bit of a better experience. But again, even with VRR on, and this counts on the PC as well, you will have a lot of stuttering in this game. Okay, my friends, so that's it for this video, and what can I say? I mean, I still love this game, and I'm going to play this game on my PlayStation 5 Pro or maybe the PC. I need to decide, because there's no cross-save actually, which is a little bit of a downside. At least I couldn't find it. But yeah, that's my only problem at the moment. I mean, yes, the performance is very far away from being perfect, and I hope that we will see some patches soon, because right now, especially the 30 FPS mode is, in my opinion, sorry to say that, but it's a joke actually, because how can you release a game like that? I mean, at least the 30 FPS mode should be absolutely stable and without any issue, okay? So that we have frame drops in the 60 FPS performance mode is fine, because we can usually use or utilize VRR, but not in this case, because there is a bigger issue that just losing actually a couple of frames. So again, Bethesda, I hope that you are aware of the issues, and I hope that you're working on fixes already, and I hope we will get patches soon. Thank you very much for watching me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.